Hi everyone, I'm Anil Kumar, motivational speaker. Today I would like to speak about how to write an answers in the LLB examinations, especially under Karnataka State Law University. Now the present pattern is 80 marks. You will have 80 marks. You need to write within 3 hours of time. So in this video, I'm going to tell how to write an answers for 10 marks questions and how to write an answer for 6 marks questions, which is applicable for 3 years LLB and 5 years LLB. If you write in a systematic manner, you will get good marks and you can able to score good marks and you can able to pass very easily in the LLB examinations. Many of the students, they know very well about an answers, but they are unable to present well in the examinations. Due to that reason, they may get less marks and they may get even fail also. As you all know, in Karnataka State Law University, it is not easy to pass or score, especially in the LLB examinations. So you have to do a lot of efforts and you have to do a lot of circus in the LLB examinations during 3 hours of time. How you can able to present your answers, that is very important. The impression you need to create while evaluating answers from the evaluators, that is very important. So in this video I'm going to explain what are all the contents are available for 10 marks questions and what are all the contents available for 6 marks questions. And meanwhile I can able to explain how much time you need to take for 10 marks question and how much you need to take for 6 marks questions. That also I am explaining in this video. My dear friends, once the question paper has been issued by the invigilator, means you have to go through your questions properly. All 5 units question you need to go through properly. So if you know very well all the answers, you can write it in first unit itself, you can write it. But sometimes you may not knowing much about an answers in the first unit. So in that time, what you have to do, you have to prefer which you know very well about that question, you have to prefer. So after that, what you have to do, you are able to capture all the questions which you know very well. If you know very well first unit, you have to prefer first unit to write an answers. So what you have to do is you have to start with an answers. Question number you have to mark in the answer sheet very compulsorily. Without that, you may not score good marks or sometimes you may get fail. So question mark is very important. Which unit and which question is very important, that you have to mention in the answer sheet. After that, what you have to do is you have to write one synopsis. In synopsis under, what you have to do, you have to write introduction. Below that, you have to write definition or meaning. You have to write elaborate key points that you need to write. Then second, relevant case laws you have to write. The next is you need to write relevant illustrations. After that, you have to write conclusion. So in the synopsis itself, you have to cover all these points. First is introduction, then second is definition or meaning, then third is relevant key points with explanation. Along with key points, you have to elaborate relevant case laws and illustrations. Then after that, you have to write conclusion. My dear friends, don't get confused. So in the synopsis itself, you have to write 3 to 4 key point, what do you call, introduction, then which section it comes under, that also you can write, and the below that you have to write meaning and definition of the financiers. Below that you can able to mention key points with description. Below that, relevant case laws. Below that, you write relevant, if it is available illustration, relevant illustration you write. Then next, last, you need to write conclusion. So after completion of this, you have to start an answer with an introduction, so that the evaluator will get impressed with an answers. So systematically he has made it. Then first impression is best impression. While seeing your answers itself, the evaluator will get impressed. So you have to elaborate all the key points. First, again, what you have to do, introduction. In introduction, 3 to 4 lines you have to write introduction. After that, meaning or definition. Meaning or the definition, if you know very well, 1 or 2 definition you write. Meaning also, if you know meaning, you write. Then after, which section this question belongs to, that you need to mention. Then after, relevant key points, what do you call, relevant key points you have to write along with answers, elaboration of key points, what do you call. What you have to do is, one key points you have to write. For that key points you have to elaborate 3 to 4 lines or 2 to 3 lines. For all relevant key points, you have to you need to explain in a systematic manner. What you have to do is, if 10 marks question, please at least make key points of 10. If I will come to next 6 marks question, how to write it. So what you have to do is, while writing your key points, if it is connected case laws, you have to mention case laws in the key point itself. So minimum 2 case laws are required to score, especially in the 10 marks. In the 10 marks question, you have to write minimum 2 case laws with connected key points. Then after, if you know very well, please elaborate an illustrations or examples for that answers. So if you complete like this, then after finally you have to make one conclusion. 3 to 4 lines you have to make conclusion. Your answer should be minimum. University booklets I am talking about, for 10 marks minimum 3 pages are required. Means first page, second page and third page. This is mandatory. If you can able to write very well, your writing speed is very well, you can make it up to 4 pages for 10 marks. This is, I am talking about this one, 10 marks. Then if you would like to talk about 6 marks questions, what you have to do is, you have to make like synopsis only. You have to make one synopsis. Under synopsis you have to write introduction. Under that you have to write meaning and definition. Under that, relevant points with explanation. Under that, relevant case laws or connected case laws. Under that, relevant illustrations. Under that, conclusion. So you have to make points wise, 4 to 5 points in the synopsis. Then after, you have to start an answer for especially 6 marks question. Introduction, 2 to 3 lines you have to write. Then after, one meaning or definition you can write it. After that, which section it belongs to, that question pertains to, that you have to write it. Then after, you have to make key points for that particular questions. If it is 6 marks question, please make 6 key points if it is possible. If some questions might not have 6 key points, for in that time what you have to do, whatever key points are available, you have to elaborate little bit more. for 6 months question, and after that what you have to do, one case law you have to write, one illustration you have to write. After that you can make conclusion of that particular answer. So 6 months question, it should not minimum should be 1.5 pages of university booklet. If it is your writing speed is very good, you can able to write very speedily, you can write till up to 2 pages. So if you write like this with relevant points and relevant case laws, relevant illustrations, and sections, you may get very good marks in the university examinations. So systematic way you have to write it, and how much time you need to take, that is very important. For 10 marks question, at least you have to complete it within 22 minutes, and for 6 marks question at least you take 10 to 11 minutes, so that you will have grace time of 10 minutes. For that 10 minutes you have to revisit your answers, revisit your case laws, revisit your sections, whether you are correctly written or not, and you need to verify your registration number, you have to verify your subject code, college code, etc. You have to maintain like that. If you follow this method, definitely you can able to score very good marks. Methodology is very important, my dear friends. Evaluator should get inspired, or you should get impressed your answers, then only you will get good marks. And quality of the answer is very important. If you write cock and bull story, definitely you won't get good marks, and you may get fail in the university examinations. So systematically, LLB is a systematic subject. This is a professional course, so you have to be write professionally and logically you have to answer it. And this is like sections and subsections are very important especially in the LLB exams. That is if you don't write sections, you won't get good marks, my dear friends. And if you write case laws, why case laws are very much required? If you write case laws, the evaluator will come to know he has studied well about an answers. So if you follow this method, obviously definitely you can able to score very good marks, my dear friends. And if you follow methodology, for 10 marks questions and 6 marks questions, if you follow these tips or method, you can able to score very good marks in the LLB examination. I hope this video have been clarified how to write an answer for 10 marks questions and 6 marks questions, especially under Karnataka State Law University, Hubli. This video is applicable for even 5 semesters, 5 years LLB and 3 years LLB. Please do subscribe my channel Income Market so that you will notified very good videos like this. Thank you.